Welcome to Reddit Psychology Tales, where real stories meet the psychology behind why people do what they do. I'm writing this because I genuinely don't know who I am right now. It feels like somebody pressed pause on my life, and I'm just sitting in the silence afterward, trying to figure out how everything went downhill without me noticing. I'm 34. I've been married for 4 years. And last month, the woman I built my entire life around walked out of our apartment with a single suitcase and a look on her face I had never seen before. A look that said she had already emotionally left weeks before she physically did. She didn't leave because of a fight. She didn't leave because we were miserable. She didn't leave out of some dramatic blow-up. She left because she got back in touch with her ex. And the entire time, I didn't see it coming. Not because I'm stupid, but because I trusted her. And trust blinds you in a very specific way. You stop seeing possibilities that don't fit the person you believe they are. This is what happened. The subtle shift. The first signs were so small, they barely registered. Around February, she got quieter. Not cold, not distant, just quieter in that way people get when they're inside their own head. She'd sit on the couch scrolling on her phone with this slight half smile. Not a big grin, just a soft one. The kind someone makes when they're reading something comforting or familiar. I asked, "Who you talking to?" She'd shrug and say, "Just catching up with people," or "just scrolling," or "just stuff." It didn't feel like a lie. I didn't feel anything was wrong. Sometimes people change for a week or two. Stress, hormones, burnout, whatever. I've always been the kind of guy who doesn't overthink unless I have a reason to. She didn't give me one. Around mid-March, she said she wanted more space. Not physical space, emotional space. She said she felt foggy, unsettled, disconnected from herself. I told her we could take things slow. More walks, less pressure, more time together. Less routine. I thought the issue was us, or me. It wasn't. The reunion. The real shift happened when she went back to her hometown for a weekend. Her best friend was having a baby shower. We drove there together, 2 hours. Everything felt normal. We joked, we listened to music, we had dinner with her parents. Then she said she'd be staying an extra night because her best friend wanted help organizing things. I didn't question it. The next morning, she texted, "I'm going to be offline a lot today. Lots of errands." And she was. Hours with no response, no updates. Nothing unusual, unless you look at it in hindsight. When she came home late Sunday evening, she hugged me a little too tightly. Not like she missed me, more like she was trying to reassure herself of something. For the next week, she was different. She wasn't distant, she was conflicted, like she was living in two emotional worlds. At the time, I couldn't name it. Now I can. That was the week she reconnected with him. Her ex. The guy before me. The guy who broke her heart when she was 23. The guy she never fully got over, according to her roommate from back then. She never told me she saw him. I learned that part later. The micro behaviors. Small changes followed. She started dressing nicer for errands, took her phone into the bathroom, turned off notifications, gave vague answers to simple questions. "What are you watching?" "Oh, just stuff." "Who you texting?" "Just people." "When will you be home?" "Late, don't wait." Again, nothing dramatic. Just death by 1,000 small changes. Realistic changes. The kind nobody notices until they all add up.
The confession I didn't expect. 2 weeks later, she came home after coffee with a friend, looking like she'd been hit by something emotional. Not crying, but shaken. I asked if everything was okay. She said, "We need to talk, but I need you to listen without getting angry." That is the sentence that precedes every life-altering conversation in the history of relationships. We sat in the living room, She didn't sit next to me. She sat in the armchair across from me. She said, "I ran into someone when I was home last weekend." I asked who. She hesitated. Then she said his name, her ex. My stomach dropped, but I forced myself to stay calm. Meeting an ex isn't a crime. It happens. But the look in her eyes told me everything before she said another word. She said they had talked unexpectedly. She said it was closure. She said they ended on a lot of unresolved things. Then she said the thing that genuinely broke something inside me. I didn't think it would affect me this much. Those words replayed in my head for days. This much. Meaning it did affect her. Meaning she felt something. She insisted nothing happened physically. I believed her. Not because I'm naive, but because she told the truth in a way people only do when the truth itself is already bad enough. She said, "I don't know what I feel, but I know I'm confused." Confusion. That's the word people use when their heart is somewhere else, but they're not ready to admit it. We agreed to take space, a week of breathing room. I cried that night, quietly, facing the wall, not because I lost her, but because for the first time since I knew her, I felt like I wasn't enough. The ending I didn't get to stop. The week of space didn't fix anything. When she came home after staying with her sister, her face was already decided. She didn't hug me, didn't smile, didn't even sit down at first. She said, "I don't think I can give you what you want anymore." My voice cracked. I asked, "Is this about him?" She didn't deny it. She just said, "It's not about choosing him. It's about realizing I haven't been honest with myself." I asked if she loved him. She said, "I don't know, but I know I don't feel that with us anymore." Those words hit harder than any cheating confession ever could, because it wasn't impulse. It wasn't a moment of weakness. It was something deeper, quieter, more permanent. Emotional detachment. She packed one suitcase, left her plants, her books, her candles, her favorite mug. That's how I knew she wasn't confused anymore. When someone leaves their sentimental things behind, they're not coming back. She moved in with her sister. 2 weeks later, a mutual friend told me what I already suspected. She wasn't staying with her sister anymore. She was staying with him. The aftermath. The part nobody prepares you for is not the loss of the relationship. It's the loss of the future you believed was ahead of you. You lose a future. You lose the version of yourself that only existed with that person. You lose your emotional reference point. I didn't message her. I didn't confront her. I didn't ask for explanations. Because clarity doesn't come from the person who left. It comes from sitting alone in a room and admitting the truth to yourself. She didn't choose him over me. She chose her past over our future. People do that more often than anyone admits. Nostalgia is stronger than compatibility. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar love. Old emotions have muscle memory. And maybe, painfully, she had never fully healed from him in the first place. Some people don't go back to their ex because the ex is better. They go back because the unfinished story pulls harder than the stable one. And I was the stable one. Where I am now. It's been 2 months. I'm functional. I'm not okay. There's a difference. I stopped replaying every moment looking for signs. I stopped blaming myself. I stopped romanticizing what we had. But I haven't stopped hurting. Sometimes the pain is sharp, like when I see her shampoo in the shower. Sometimes it's dull, like when I make dinner for one. Mostly, it's quiet, a kind of emptiness where love used to be. I don't hate her. I don't blame him. I don't think she's a bad person. I think she got lost. And the path she found first wasn't the one that led back to me. And as much as it hurts, I'm starting to accept that some endings aren't betrayals. They're just truths that arrive late. Outro. That's my story. If you've gone through something similar, maybe this helped you feel a little less alone. Because losing someone you love isn't the worst part. The worst part is realizing they were already gone long before you knew it.